Well, you know what? Here's our problem. I think it's almost impossible, once you know something exists, to imagine a world in which it didn't exist. See, you and I are unique because we're old as fuck. I'm older as fucker than you, but we remember when there was no internet. I think we're the last of the people that are going to remember what life is like when there's no internet.
Yeah. And what's next? What's the thing that hasn't been invented that we'll remember we saw the first of? Like VR?
It's a good question.
Like having glasses always being...
Well, I think that Magic Leap shit, that you've seen that new headset that they are saying they're going to eventually wind up selling. You have like a hip pack and you wear these goggles.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that seems like step one to me.
Yeah, Apple's putting all their money in AR instead of VR for that reason, right?
That's what this is, right? Mm-hmm. dude, this looks like Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Maybe that movie's not so far off.
The one from Columbus, Ohio?
Blade Runner.
Oh.
Like maybe they're only off by a year.
Ready Player One.
Ready Player One. Have you seen the preview for that? That's what pretty much this is exact same thing is right here.
But this is the Microsoft one? What is the difference?
This is Magic Leap. Ready Player One's a movie.
So Magic Leap is not Microsoft. Which one's the Microsoft one?
That would be HoloLens. Magic
right.
Leap is the one that's in Florida. They went way away from everybody else so that they're not getting their technology compromised by
and
spies.
These are the ones where they had that little dancer that dances on your hand?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yep. So this is the really intense, lifelike, augmented reality one.
Nobody knew what it was going to look like. They thought any prototype had a big, giant backpack on, and they finally got it down to this little puck. And this is the first time we're actually seeing this also might not be the final version. It could be smaller, it could be a little bigger. Don't exactly know.
Looks cool.
It looks very cool. It looks like superhero cool.
Yeah.
But the thing is it's so obvious that you're wearing it.
Yeah, they need to get rid of that part and integrate it into the headset. There's like this hip part, like
I don't
battery
think you're supposed to wear it in public. At least this. This is probably like a home work type thing. Like wherever you'd use a personal computer.
I feel like we're looking at the seed of a future thing that's going to eat us. I'm looking at that. I'm like, that is exactly how it starts. The electronics cling to the outside and become inseparable. And then slowly they work their way into the organism itself, to the inside. The organism will accept symbiosis as long as the electronics stay on the outside. But if it goes inside, like if the only way to use your cell phone was to stick it in your ass, right? That's the only way it works. We have a new cell phone and it works. All you have to do is just stick it in your ass and then just carry it around with you. And you make calls with your mind.
And it's a flip. Yeah.
We would say, no way. We can't do it. But as long as the electronics are on the outside, like you said, dude, they're going to give you a helmet. The electronics are going to go right in your eyes. You're going to see some shit that's not there. You're like, okay.
Wearable clothing tech is the future. There's even I think Levi's and Microsoft or Google teamed up, and they're trying to do a jacket, like a tech jacket, where you just look at your jacket and read text and stuff off the sleeve and stuff. Imagine having a shirt and going like, today I want a purple shirt. Today I want a blue shirt. Or you're getting text messages pop up on your shirt. Or if there's a lost child, the child's face is on everybody's shirt.
Fuck.
I think wearable clothing is going to be pretty big soon.
Yeah, especially if you could get your arm, like if it could open up like where it looks like a screen.
Yeah.
Or if it can get that good where there's no benefit, and nobody wants a cell phone with a shitty screen. Right?
Yeah.
Because isn't that like the big debate now? They all look amazing to me because I'm going blind. I can barely see. But if I look at like the iPhone X versus the Google Pixel 2 XL versus they all look really good.
Yeah, it's more like brightness now to me. It's like, oh, this one seems brighter.
I guess. They all look really good. They all look amazing. I mean, we're really nitpicking, which is good. Just shows you how good things are. But could you ever reproduce that on your sleeve?
Yeah, they already have
that perfect.
Well, like the technology is not 100% there, but they already have bendable LCDs, right, and like stuff like that. But the thing is, having it feel like clothing instead of like this big chunk that's on your shirt, like those things you see at the mall. But I had this. I was talking to Gino of Speedweed about this, and the idea of having a hat Imagine a hat where you can have any logo you want on your hat. You could change it any day, and then you could also have it so it just moves or something. Like if it's a Nike swoosh, you see like the smoke coming out of the. How cool would that be? And it's weird that we don't see that as a normal thing yet. Because it seems like that's already there. You can do that hat right now, probably. Have a little 3G connection so you can download things on it, using the little thing on the top of the hat.
Yeah, you probably could.
Button.
You probably could. I mean, anything that you can imagine in the future is probably going to be possible. Like anything. Anything you can imagine. I don't think there's going to be a time in our lifetime where change is going to happen as quickly as it's happening now.
What about shoes? Where you could just have instead of walking, your shoes just roll. Like kind of
glide along.
Glide.
Yeah. Well, isn't that what I was always goofing around about the aliens? That what aliens are is what we imagine as us in the future. And maybe that's what they really are. Maybe they're time travelers. Because if you had to think if you go back and look at ancient Australopithecus. You ever see a depiction of Australopithecus? It's like this weird sort of half-human monkey thing. It's like one of the first people. And if you go back and look at that, and then you look at a regular person today that maybe, takes a spin class, and, go to the one where he's standing up. There's some pictures of what they think they would have looked like.
It's weird because there is people that look kind of like these people.
You sure?
Yeah, you'll see them once in a while.
Some people that are pretty hairy too. I mean, they think there's all sorts of different kinds of people too. That's another thing that we forget. There was a bunch of different kinds of people that died off. But the idea is all these people, right? All these different kinds of little people, they eventually evolve to be human, right? Mm-hmm. If they stay alive, they get to a point. Well, what happens if you pass the human thing? Do you just stop at human? I don't think you could stop at human. This is not perfect. This is not perfect. This is better. It's better than, killing each other with rocks in the trees. It's better than that. But it's definitely, we're getting better at this. It's obvious we're getting better at being people collectively. So, where does it go? Does it go to we just move everything with our brains and our heads are that big?
Robots.
And we fuck up the environment so bad that we need sunglasses permanently on the outside. And that's what the black eyes, we just fixed it. We just give you a fake lens. Your skin's bulletproof. You move everything with your brain. Nobody needs a mouth anymore. No sex organs. It got too complicated. Gender. This is the year. The machines confused us. And got us to the point where they could deliver orgasms through little injections in the back of your brain. You just get way more intense orgasms than you would ever get jerking off or having sex. And so everybody just stopped having sex, and our dicks and vaginas they just sealed up. We figured out food to the point where there's no more waste. So no one has to shit. We just nailed it.
That's
the perfect balance. No one's ever overweight.
That's how they have sex in Demolition Man. They put those headsets on and sit across from each other.
Oh yeah, they had their feet in the water.
And he's like,
is that water? No, that's not water. It looks like water. Yeah.
That's where the girl drips into.
That's so strange. That's how they had sex. That's probably going to be better. We gave it this physical thing. We gave it a shot. It's too complicated.
The food thing makes the most sense because we are probably going to run out of food, and having the future of food is going to be really weird, where it's just going to be almost like a brick, like a vitamin. Well, there's my steak. There's.
Yeah, man. Right. The future of food. When there was some article, real recent, I think maybe even today, that was talking about their progress in synthetic meat, to be able to just make meat in a laboratory, which is, that's a game changer.
Don't they already have it where you can buy it now? I feel like...
Yeah, I was going to bring this up the other day when you talked about it. Fatburger has the Impossible Burger.
Yeah.
It's
but that's a plant-based meat.
Yeah.
That's that's different.
Not lab-based.
No. That's, they've had those for a while. People who are vegan... who used to like cheeseburgers apparently say that this works.
Yeah.
that you can literally they've look. There's some smart people out there. They figure out a way to make things taste different than what they really are. There's a bunch of vegan cheeses and shit that are really good, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about lab created meat, actual meat. That they're somehow or another they have some cloning process or something.
Yeah, I saw something about it the other day, and where they're pretty much there, if not completed with it. I don't know. If they can do that, that's fine. If it tastes the same, I would go with lab created meat.
Lab created meat.
It's probably better for you.
I just imagining, like, you know what I'm imagining? Power outage. A warehouse filled with lab created meat stuck in the pipes.
What do you think the expiration date is on a lab created meat?
Forever.
Yeah.
They just engineer it with the right bacteria so it could stay on the shelf indefinitely.
I remember making a mistake that the first time the grocery store had these things called, complete meals. I don't know what the fuck it's called, but there's like meat, like biscuits and gravy, but not in the cold section, not in the hot section, and you barely had to heat it up. It was just like kind of ready to go meals.
Yeah.
Me and my friend ate it, but I think we both got sick as fuck. It's so disgusting. But I mean, they're still out there. This was 7 years ago.
It's like those little meals for kids that aren't really food. What's those little
Lunchables?
Lunchables. Those things are the worst for people. That's not even food.
Yeah, those little cheese things you stick a cracker in.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Those are so gross. Some of them. Somebody must have a good one by now. Good little, like, Starbucks has like a decent little snack pack, right? Don't they have one with like celery and beets and shit?
Sure.
Yeah, they have all this stuff. Starbucks is pretty good. AMC movie theaters has waffles and chicken now. Did you know that?
That's amazing. But I think the healthy option thing is because people demand it, right? Because there's a bit. Why wouldn't they have it? It's like there's money in it.
Yeah.
If you go to Starbucks, sometimes if you're trying to not take in too much sugar or something like that, you look at all that stuff and you're like, God damn it, there's got to be something here for me. What's here for me? Like, you got all your tasty eyesight options, right? Like those cake pops. Like, damn, I might just go off the reservation and get a fucking cake pop, right?